Before starting the story, please subscribe to my channel and watch the video without skipping. Y&R early week spoilers September 22nd to 26th, Claire's temptation, Lauren's hunch, Billy's setback. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for the week of September 22, 2025. Fans can expect Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, to face temptation. Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Meanwhile, Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver's plan backfires. There is also Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, who could be playing Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, not the other way around. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin's clue. Let's start off with Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Tracy E. Bregman. It seems that Lauren will have a clue that Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc, is keeping something from her. They have been together forever, so she knows him probably better than anyone else in Genoa City. The last time that Michael kept a secret from Lauren, it didn't go so well. Michael Baldwin covers. Lauren will likely grill Michael for answers and the truth. Despite how much he tries to cover, Lauren will know this has Victor Newman's, Eric Bredon, fingerprints all over it. What is this? Each time Michael works for Victor, he ends up in a legal mess or in a foreign prison. The wife will not be very happy about this no matter how much Michael tries to reassure her. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin's clue. The Young and the Restless has always thrived on secrets, lies, betrayals, and shocking revelations that send the entire canvas of Genoa City into chaos. Now, whispers around the set and within fan communities suggest that Lauren Fenmore Baldwin could be holding on to a clue that changes everything for several of the biggest storylines currently unfolding. For decades, Lauren has been a powerhouse character who may not always be the loudest voice in the room, but her keen instincts and ability to connect dots others miss make her dangerous to those who try to pull one over on her. A clue in her hands is never just a small piece of information. It's the potential to blow up lives, destroy marriages, or expose schemes that have been carefully crafted in the shadows. This possible new twist puts Lauren back at the heart of the drama, where longtime fans have always wanted her to be, and raises questions about which story she's about to unravel. Could her clue tie into Victor Newman's manipulations, Phyllis Summers' questionable choices, or even the mysterious moves of Claire Grace? The possibilities are endless, and that's exactly what makes this rumor so delicious. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin is not someone who stumbles into gossip casually. If she has something in her possession, it's because she was either smart enough to piece it together herself or someone trusted her when they shouldn't have. With her history as both a fashion mogul and a savvy observer of human behavior, Lauren knows when something doesn't add up. The clue in question is being described as something tangible, perhaps a letter, a document, or an item that connects two major players in a way no one expected. It could also be tied to a past crime that has yet to be fully solved, resurfacing at the worst possible time for the guilty parties. Fans know that Lauren's history with Sheila Carter has made her eternally vigilant. If a clue appears to threaten her family or her friends, she won't sit on it quietly. She'll investigate, she'll push, and she'll confront when necessary. That's the kind of spark Genoa City thrives on, and the kind of fire viewers are eager to see. One theory circulating among viewers is that the clue could link back to Phyllis Summers. Phyllis has been in hot water before and always seems to skate dangerously close to disaster. Lauren has always been a reluctant friend and confidant to Phyllis, often warning her to be careful with her schemes and reminding her of the damage her actions can cause. But what if this time Lauren finds proof of something Phyllis is desperately trying to keep under wraps? Maybe Phyllis is once again meddling in Jack Abbott's life or keeping a dangerous alliance hidden. If Lauren's clue connects Phyllis to betrayal, the fallout could shatter friendships and business alliances alike. Jack has always leaned on Lauren for advice when Phyllis is in the picture, and this might be the moment when Lauren can no longer shield Phyllis from her own mistakes. Another angle points toward Victor Newman and his ever-complicated empire. Lauren has intersected with Victor many times over the years, sometimes as a business ally, sometimes as a reluctant opponent. If the clue she discovers ties Victor to a recent manipulation, perhaps something involving Claire Grace, Kyle Abbott, or even Adam Newman, then Lauren could find herself in a dangerous position. Victor doesn't like loose ends, and anyone who threatens his secrecy is immediately on his radar. But Lauren has never been easily intimidated, and her willingness to confront powerful men has been one of her most defining characteristics. Could she be the one to finally expose Victor's latest scheme, and if so, will she be targeted because of it? That kind of danger could reinvigorate her story and put her squarely in the spotlight once again. There's also the possibility that Lauren's clue is linked to Sheila Carter. For years, viewers have been waiting for Sheila to make another major move in Genoa City, and while she's been stirring trouble in Los Angeles on The Bold and the Beautiful, soap crossovers are always a possibility. What if Lauren finds proof that Sheila is planning another return or that she's still manipulating lives from afar? That would give Lauren a front-row seat to protecting her family once again, and her clue could serve as the warning signal that no one else is paying attention to. Fans would love nothing more than to see a Sheila vs. Lauren rematch, especially if it comes with higher stakes and deeper consequences, but even outside the obvious suspects, Lauren's clue could easily be tied to something fans aren't expecting. Could it involve Michael Baldwin and a case he's working on? Perhaps Lauren finds evidence that undermines one of Michael's clients or proves someone's innocence. This would not only test their marriage but also pull them into dangerous legal territory where loyalties are questioned and careers are on the line. Lauren supporting Michael has always been a cornerstone of their relationship, but what happens if her clue contradicts his work and puts them on opposite sides? The drama would be riveting. If the writers decide to pull the trigger on this storyline, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin's clue could serve as the domino that topples several connected plots. Imagine her discovering a clue about Claire Grace's past, one that proves she isn't as reformed or trustworthy as she appears. That would devastate Victoria Newman, who has been trying to give Claire a chance at redemption, and it would send ripples through the Newman family dynamic. Or consider if the clue connects to Kyle Abbott, revealing a betrayal against Summer or a dangerous partnership with someone untrustworthy. Lauren, being close to both the Abbotts and the Newmans through her business ties and friendships, could find herself caught in the middle of a storm that threatens multiple families. What makes this rumor especially compelling is the timing. The Young and the Restless has been leaning heavily into power struggles, with Victor, Nikki, and Jack at the forefront. But fans have been asking for more diversity in storytelling, wanting characters like Lauren to get stronger front-burner plots again. By giving Lauren a clue that holds the key to several story arcs, the writers would be delivering exactly what the audience has been craving, a veteran character stepping up to reclaim her influence and shake the status quo. Lauren has always been a fighter, and whether it's in defense of her family, her business, or her friends, she never backs down from a challenge. So where does this all lead? If Lauren's clue comes to light, fans can expect fireworks. Confrontations will erupt, loyalties will shift, and the ripple effects could last for months. Phyllis may find herself exposed and without allies, Victor could face a threat he didn't anticipate, and long-buried secrets might finally surface. Lauren has been underestimated before, but every time she proves she's a force to be reckoned with. This time, the stakes could be higher than ever, and Genoa City may never be the same once she reveals what she knows. One thing is certain, when Lauren Fenmore Baldwin holds a clue, it's never just a clue. It's a ticking time bomb, and when it explodes, no one is safe. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Michael Baldwin covers. The Young and the Restless thrives on tension, family wars, buried secrets, and the moral dilemmas that force characters to question their loyalty. At the center of the latest buzz is Michael Baldwin, the longtime Genoa City legal shark whose sharp wit and unwavering devotion to his family have made him one of the most complex figures on the canvas. Now rumors swirl that Michael could be stepping into one of his most dangerous positions yet, covering for someone who doesn't just need a lawyer but needs a shield, a protector, and possibly even an accomplice. This twist has the potential to upend his marriage, test his moral code, and put him in Victor Newman's dangerous orbit once again. But who is Michael Baldwin covering for, and how far is he willing to go before the truth destroys everything he's built? Michael Baldwin is no stranger to complicated cases and dangerous clients. Over the years, he's defended the guilty, saved the innocent, and sometimes blurred the line between right and wrong. But when Michael covers, it's rarely about the paycheck. It's about loyalty, love, or survival. Fans know that Michael has a soft spot for his family and his closest allies. He's bent the law before for Lauren Fenmore, for Kevin Fisher, and even for Phyllis Summers. But this time, the stakes feel higher. Genoa City whispers suggest Michael might be covering for someone whose secret could ignite multiple feuds at once. Is he hiding evidence, manipulating a case, or strategically stalling the truth until the timing works in his favor? That kind of moral gray area is exactly where Michael shines, and it's the type of material that longtime viewers crave. One of the biggest theories floating around is that Michael is covering for Phyllis Summers yet again. Phyllis has been a magnet for trouble her entire life, and despite repeated betrayals, Michael has always found himself pulled back into her orbit when things spiral out of control. If Phyllis has crossed a line with Jack Abbott, Daniel Romalotti, or even with someone like Tucker McCall, Michael could be the one standing between her and complete ruin. Covering for Phyllis might mean hiding evidence of a scheme gone wrong, creating legal distractions to buy her time, or even taking heat himself to protect her reputation. Lauren has often warned Michael about Phyllis, reminding him that her chaos tends to burn everyone around her, but Michael's loyalty runs deep. Could this be the cover that finally costs him everything? Another angle points toward Victor Newman. Michael has often been Victor's go-to legal fixer, the man who quietly cleans up the Newman family messes while keeping the empire untouchable. If Michael is covering for Victor, it could involve corporate espionage, a hidden crime, or even a family betrayal Victor needs buried. Covering for Victor has always been a dangerous game because loyalty to Victor is never truly rewarded, it's demanded. If Michael is drawn too deep into Victor's world again, he risks not only his own integrity but also Lauren's trust. She's never been comfortable with her husband bending the law to serve Victor's ruthless agenda, and this time it might push their marriage into dangerous territory. Imagine Lauren discovering that Michael has compromised his career and his ethics just to keep Victor's power intact. The fallout could shatter one of Genoa City's strongest couples. Then there's the possibility that Michael is covering for his own brother, Kevin Fisher. Kevin has come a long way from his darker days, but he's still capable of questionable choices when cornered. If Kevin has gotten himself tangled in a scheme involving Chloe Mitchell, Adam Newman, or a high-stakes cyber crime, Michael could be the one quietly cleaning up the mess. Covering for Kevin has always been personal for Michael, it's about protecting the family he once nearly lost. But doing so now could put him in conflict with powerful forces in town, especially if Kevin's actions threaten Newman Enterprises, Jabot, or Chancellor Winters. Another fascinating theory suggests Michael could be covering for Claire Grace. Claire's redemption arc has been fragile, and the Newmans are still divided about trusting her. If Michael stumbles upon evidence that Claire has slipped or that her past still shadows her present, he may choose to cover for her in hopes of giving her a second chance. That decision would be explosive, pitting him against Victor, Nikki, and Victoria, all of whom have their own complex feelings about Claire. Covering for her could drag Michael into the crosshairs of a Newman civil war, something no one survives unscathed. But perhaps the most dramatic scenario would be Michael covering for Lauren herself. Imagine Lauren stumbling into a dangerous situation, perhaps tied to Sheila Carter resurfacing or Phyllis dragging her into a plot gone wrong. If Lauren does something desperate to protect her family, Michael would undoubtedly cover for her without hesitation. This would showcase his devotion as a husband but also force him to walk the dangerous line between justice and protection. Fans know that Michael and Lauren's marriage has been one of the most stable in Genoa City, but even the strongest bonds can be tested when secrets pile up. Covering for Lauren could put Michael's career in jeopardy, leaving him vulnerable to blackmail, exposure, and professional ruin. What makes Michael Baldwin's potential cover-up storyline so exciting is the ripple effect. Covering for one person always means betraying another. If he covers for Phyllis, he risks alienating Lauren. If he covers for Victor, he risks being seen as a puppet. If he covers for Kevin, he risks his career. And if he covers for Lauren, he risks exposing them both to lifelong consequences. Every move he makes carries weight, and Michael has always been at his best when the pressure is on. The dramatic potential here is endless. Imagine Christine Williams, Michael's longtime colleague and rival, discovering that he's compromised himself. Their history is long and complicated, and Christine would be torn between wanting to help Michael and wanting to bring him down for breaking the law. That would give fans the Christine versus Michael rivalry they've been craving for years. Or imagine Jack Abbott learning that Michael covered for Phyllis and deciding that enough is enough. Jack could go after Michael in court, in business, or even publicly, dragging Lauren into a fight she never wanted. If the writers fully explore this storyline, Michael Baldwin could become the most pivotal character in Genoa City once again. Covering for someone doesn't just put him in the spotlight, it makes him the linchpin holding multiple storylines together. He could be the reason Phyllis falls, the reason Victor regains his power, the reason Kevin stays out of prison, or the reason Lauren questions everything about their marriage. In every version of the story, Michael is the one carrying the weight of the secret, and sooner or later, that weight will break him or break someone he loves. The beauty of a Michael Baldwin cover-up is that it plays into his character's complexity. He's not just a lawyer. He's a husband, a brother, a friend, and a man who has fought his own demons for decades. Every time he thinks he's left his darker side behind, something pulls him back in. Covering for someone now would remind fans of that duality, the man who wants to do the right thing but can't resist protecting the people he loves, even at the expense of his soul. And when the truth comes out, because on soaps it always does, the fallout will be spectacular. Michael could lose his law license, his marriage, his friendships, and even his freedom. Or, in true Y&R fashion, he could outmaneuver everyone, covering so effectively that no one ever discovers the truth. Either way, this storyline has the power to put Michael Baldwin front and center again, proving that after all these years, he's still one of the most compelling players in Genoa City. When Michael Baldwin covers, it's never simple. It's dangerous, it's risky, and it always comes at a cost. The only question is, who is he protecting, and how long can he keep Billy Abbott setback? The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of September 22 reveal that Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, has to deal with his setback. The situation with Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, is getting really messy. Billy is already losing everyone and everything, including his romance with Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope. However, Kane thinks he is playing Billy. However, I'm starting to wonder if Billy is actually playing Kane and everyone else. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Billy Abbott's setback. Billy Abbott is a man who has lived his life like a roller coaster, soaring highs, devastating lows, and constant reinvention. For decades, Billy has been Genoa City's wildcard, the unpredictable Abbott who can be charming and brilliant one day and reckless and self-destructive the next. But no matter how many times he falls, Billy always finds a way to climb back up. Now, new buzz surrounding The Young and the Restless suggests that Billy Abbott is about to face a major setback that could alter his relationships, his business standing, and his fragile sense of identity all over again. Fans know when Billy stumbles, the consequences ripple across the Abbott family, Chancellor Winters, and the romantic entanglements that always seem to define him. His latest obstacle may be the one that tests him in ways no other challenge has before. Billy's journey has been defined by his constant struggle to balance the good and bad inside of him. He has moments of brilliance when he rises as a leader, as a father, and as a man who truly wants to do right by the people he loves. But his darker impulses have often sabotaged him, gambling addictions, self-destructive relationships, and his inability to stay away from trouble. His most recent attempts to regain stability have seen him fighting to find his place at Chancellor Winters while also juggling the Abbott family drama that never stops. But setbacks come easily to Billy, and this time the whispers suggest it could be a combination of personal and professional crises hitting him all at once. One possible angle for Billy's setback involves Chancellor Winters. Billy has been trying to prove his worth in the corporate world, carving out his own identity outside of Jabot. But with Devon Hamilton and Lily Winters often questioning his leadership and choices, Billy may soon face professional rejection. If Billy makes a risky move that backfires, whether it's a merger gone wrong, a gamble with company resources, or a betrayal of trust, his career could be in jeopardy. That kind of blow would devastate him, especially since he's worked so hard to show he's not the reckless man everyone accuses him of being. A professional setback could easily spiral into a personal one, sending Billy back into destructive habits. Of course, no Billy storyline is complete without romance being tangled in the mess. Chelsea Lawson has been his most recent anchor, someone who understands his darker sides while helping him channel them into healthier outlets. But if Billy suffers a crushing setback, Chelsea may not be enough to keep him grounded. There's speculation that cracks could form in their relationship if Billy hides his struggles from her or lashes out in frustration. Chelsea has been through too much herself to tolerate another spiral, and this setback could cost Billy the one person who truly gets him. On the flip side, some fans wonder if this will push Billy back into the orbit of Victoria Newman. Billy and Victoria's history is long, complicated, and often destructive, but their chemistry is undeniable. A setback might leave him vulnerable, and Victoria could be tempted to step in, especially if Johnny or Katie get caught in the crossfire. Another intriguing theory is that Billy's setback ties into the Abbott family. Jack Abbott has always tried to support Billy but has grown weary of bailing him out time and again. If Billy makes a mistake that hurts Jabot or undermines the Abbott family legacy, Jack may finally cut him off. That kind of rejection would be a devastating setback for Billy, who craves Jack's approval even when he pretends not to. Ashley Abbott's recent struggles could also tie into this. If Billy fails to support her or mishandles family dynamics, he could end up isolated from his siblings at the very moment he needs them most. Fans can't help but wonder if this setback will also trigger Billy's gambling addiction. It's one of his longest-running demons, and no matter how often he claims to have it under control, the temptation always lurks beneath the surface. A major setback in business or family could easily push him back to old habits, undoing years of progress. Imagine the heartbreak if Chelsea or Jack discover Billy has been secretly gambling again, putting not only his own future at risk but also the financial stability of those who trust him. That kind of revelation would be explosive and could reignite rivalries with characters like Adam Newman, who would take great pleasure in exposing Billy's weaknesses. The ripple effect of Billy's setback could be enormous. If he loses credibility at Chancellor Winters, Devon might tighten his grip on the company, pushing Lily into a difficult position. If Billy disappoints Jack, the Abbott family could fracture at a time when they need unity against Victor Newman's power plays. And if Billy sabotages his romance with Chelsea, it could open the door for new romantic pairings or the long-teased possibility of him and Victoria finding their way back together. But what makes Billy Abbott's setback particularly compelling is his resilience. Billy always finds a way to rise again, but not before dragging himself and everyone around him through the mud. Fans know that when Billy falls, it's never quiet, it's loud, messy, and impossible to ignore. That's what makes him such a dynamic character, and why a setback storyline could dominate the show for months. Whether it's professional, personal, or a deadly combination of both, Billy Abbott's latest stumble could set the stage for one of his most dramatic comebacks yet. The question now is how deep this setback will cut. Will Billy lose his job? His relationship? His family's trust? Or all of the above? Whatever the outcome, Genoa City is about to be rocked once again by the chaos of Billy Abbott's choices. And as history has shown us, when Billy spirals, no one around him escapes untouched. Week of September 22, 2025. Fans will also see Audra try to corner Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, again. The brunette will once again try to smooth things over. However, the former doctor won't be interested. This might devastate Audra, but she's good at picking herself back up. Most likely, she will double down on efforts to get another job. Audra tends to bury herself in projects and work, but she could also have a meltdown. As Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, tries to find dirt on Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, he could end up losing Claire forever. Kyle is also pushing for them to take a getaway, but Claire is right. It's only going to put their issues on hold, not resolve them. What is this? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of September 22, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Keep watching the soap on. The secret before the truth destroys them all.